I grew up in Texas, and yes, and my father lived in Philadelphia growing up. And so he said, when I was looking at school, he said, you should really look at University of Pennsylvania. It's a good school. And so, like every good Texan, I didn't quite know what University of Pennsylvania was all about. And then I learned about the Management and Technology dual degree program, which is engineering and business dual degree. You do 2 bachelor's degrees at the same time. And so it was perfect for me from the point of view that I've always been fascinated with the intersection of technology and business. And so really had an opportunity to do that. And while I was there, I started working for a startup company between my junior and senior year. That was Biosyn. That was in the life sciences. So knowing nothing about the life sciences, but still loving that intersection between science and business, I went back to school after I finished and took some classes at night in the life sciences, and just always had that, understanding the science enough to help manage it. And so I just kept finding myself in the intersection of the two. So the numbers tell a story, and then the science tells a story. And so just marrying the two and kind of honing that skill and doing that for a number of years. Wrote a lot of grants, helped raise money. We bootstrapped, so I know what it's like to be in and barely making payroll and all that kind of early days of what it's like to be a startup. Being in a space where Biosyn was, they were really trying to do something that was meant for the nonprofit world and struggled to really kind of make everything happen. The entity ended up selling, but around the same time, the international partnership from microbicides was forming, and they were a public-private partnership doing HIV prevention. And so being the community that I was in, I ended up moving into that role, and then in that space also in the early days. So was able to come in early when the company was, we could all sit around a conference table about this big and really try and help move that organization, be a part of making HIV prevention. So did that for a while, and then I really still had that entrepreneurial bug, and so ended up meeting the co-founder of Breezio, who was also co-founder of Co-Founders Lab, which is the largest online community of entrepreneurs. And I got hooked nearly immediately. That first conversation was really just liked the core principle of what Breezio is about, which is trying to find a way to help a community of people that want to learn and drive a mission and be able to do that and have that software really help make a difference in emissions. Able to come in as a founding CEO, helped really just get the company launched. The technology was mostly developed by the time I had come. It had been incubated with HyperOffice, and then brought together a VP of sales, Chris Frew, who's well known in the community, and our CTO, Siavesh, and Laura Dress came in shortly thereafter. And so the 4 of us have been kind of at the founding stages of building Breezio. We all started around mid-2015. The technology had been incubated for a couple years before that, but we really launched the company in mid-2015. It's a convergence of a learning management system, a content management system, a social network, kind of bringing all of it together, putting content at the core, kind of a combination of the crowd power part. So when you think about why do things like Kickstarter or XPRIZE, why do they work? Well, you're really sourcing a lot of information from a lot of people, and you're allowing both competition and serendipity to happen and really kind of drive knowledge forward in a particular mission or company or whoever wants to use the product. And then we use engagement tools to continue to help that happen. So that's really kind of the core of the product, being able to do that. Creating yet another silo of information. When you have a communication channel that doesn't, and it's not happening around in the context of the content itself. So I'll give you an example. So a pitch. So for an investor pitch, actually working with Humble VC, we're bringing our investor pitches into Breezio and allowing investors to timestamp their comments on the video. So if I've taped my deck, so think about what that investor to give constructive feedback would be. They'd have to download a form, fill out the form, send the form back, and all that. And instead, because of our platform and how everything is wrapped around the content, I'm able to have that real-time feedback comes to me directly, so I get contextual concept of or context for how that person's answering that question. So it's that type of kind of dynamic knowledge transfer that can happen that our competitor companies can't do. And in this space of membership and association where we're first targeting, our competitors have community, but it's still in this more of a call answer type of way, or discussion boards where somebody puts a question out and an answer comes back. And instead in our platform with the content in the setter and being able to tag and find things really easily, search across the entire platform, we're kind of getting to that knowledge transfer more quickly.